Hello Cancer and cross watchers, welcome to this video. What would be the perfect match for Cancer energy? Before we get there, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Janine. I am an astrologer, a psychic medium. I am a spiritual coach and a manifestation coach, and I am available for personal coachings and also for your own astrology analysis, like you can see in my celebrity couple videos. But today we want to talk about Cancer. When we talk about Cancer or any sign, it's very important for me to know that a soulmate can have any sign, okay? Maybe you've read somewhere, I don't know, making something up, Aquarius and Cancer would not be a very good match. That would be because, and we're just taking Aquarius as an example, right? Cancer is ruled by the moon, and Cancer is very emotional, and Aquarius energy is known to be a bit more emotionally attached or detached. I wanted to say detached. And so at the first glance that might not be a good match. However, we always need to see the whole picture, because you might be a Cancer but maybe you're an Aquarius rising or Aquarius moon, or the other person is an Aquarius sun, but maybe they are a Cancer moon or Cancer rising, or they are an Aquarius sun, but their sun is in the 4th house, which would be the Cancer house, or yours would be in the 11th house, which would be the Aquarius house. So, and also the sun is only one aspect out of many, okay? So we always have to look at the entire chart to make sure what is a good match and what is not a good match. And we also have to look at synastry to see what aspects your planets and the other person's planets form. You may have some amazing aspects, like, for example, a positive aspect between one person's Venus and the other person's Saturn. Saturn is commitment, Venus is love. And a positive aspect between Venus and Saturn can talk about a long-lasting relationship, even though there might be differences. But in this video, we're going to talk about archetypes. What is a good match for Cancer? And again, you have more than one energy in your chart. So we're just talking about the Cancer archetype, okay? And again, a soulmate can have any other sign. We have to see all of your chart, all of the other person's chart, to see if it's a match or not. So don't be discarded if you're disappointed if you read somewhere, okay, for example, again, Aquarius Cancer would not be a good match. Discard that. It doesn't matter. We don't know your moon. Maybe you know your moon sign, maybe you know your rising sign and your houses, but maybe you don't know the other person's rising sign, which means you don't know the houses as well. So please never listen to that, okay? There is way more when it comes to astrology. So again, a soulmate, your partner to last for a lifetime, can be any sign. But when we're talking about archetypes, then one good archetype for Cancer would be another Cancer. And when we're again talking about archetypes, that could be like a soul mirror, or mirror soul, I meant to say. A mirror soul does not mean that every Cancer is your mirror soul, because again, to determine that, we would have to find more likenesses. You probably would have the same moon sign as well, or in the same houses, the same Venus sign, the same Mars sign, maybe the same rising sign. You know, there would be several placements that are the same to determine that. But let's just say you attract a Cancer and Cancer archetype. You know, two people who have strong Cancer, who are very much alike. That can be extremely good or not. It can go either way, because if you attract someone that is just like you, then if you still have a lot of shadows, if you not have healed a lot of stuff, then unfortunately you can only attract somebody who is at the same energy. So you will not attract somebody who has already done their stuff. And then you can mirror your dark sides, and by dark I don't mean evil, I mean unhealed. You can mirror that side to the other person, and you can trigger each other like crazy, and then it won't work out. And however, when you have done your healing and you attract a mirror soul, you attract sameness, then that can work out very well, because you get each other. However, again, we would have to look at synastry, maybe like your Pluto placements, Do you trigger healing in one another? Do you trigger ascension? If not, then these relationships can be very stagnant. Not a bad thing. It's just, not every soul came down here for the big awakening journey and all of that. So if you attract somebody who is a lot like you, there's probably not so much growing going on. It will be, if you are already in a peaceful place, it will be a very peaceful relationship, however. Because again, that every soul came down here for the big ascension, for the big awakening, for that all of that trauma, and then it can be something that is a very relaxed relationship. I just recently did a video on Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, who I think are mirror souls because they have a lot in common in their astrology. However, the first time they were together, it did not work out. They needed to evolve and then attract each other again, and now they can make it work if they put in the work. That is very important. But again, that is something in order to evolve, you need some differences coming in order to trigger you. And a relationship that is very much alike, there is not so much difference going on, and it can be absolutely peaceful. If you hear that sound, that is my cat eating in the back. He has got like his little toy. He's getting the food out. So sorry about that. Then when we talk about soul twin energy, a soul twin would be another soul that has a very similar energy. You could say it's like a doppelganger. They're not your relative. They just have a lot of similar energy. And when we're talking about Cancer, you would be this blue triangle. Yeah. So you would attract another water sign that is another blue triangle, which means you already share the element of water. There is already some likeness going on. And your other water signs would be Pisces and Scorpio. So a Pisces and a Scorpio could be a good match for you because, again, you share sameness. And in astrology, the another sign that is about 120 degrees apart from yours would be a trine. And in astrology, a trine is the most harmonious sign of them all. So the other water signs would be trining you, maybe then not exactly trining your sun, because maybe you were born in the beginning of the Cancer season, and another person would be born more at the end of Pisces or Scorpio or towards the middle, and then your suns would not form a trine. However, it is still a trining sign, and trines are the most flowing, harmonious elements in astrology. And that is what a soul twin is. They are usually very harmonious connections, very peaceful. Of course, there can be some evolving going on there. However, that it's not in the big painful way. Again, any person you attract into your life, if you have unhealed shadows, those will get mirrored back to you. Okay, it doesn't matter whom you attract, what kind of a soulmate relationship or soul relationship you attract, there will be mirroring going on to help you heal that. But usually a soul twin is a very harmonious, very, very harmonious connection, because they share a lot of trines in their horoscope, in their birth charts. It doesn't have to be a sun trine, it could be a sun-moon trine, for example. But again, many trines, many positive things. You share the same element. However, unlike the mirror soul, there is a bigger chance for growth. I mean, a mirror soul has a chance for growth as well, because again, if they're sitting in their shadows, they trigger each other like crazy, and that can be a push towards healing your stuff, because they see their own shadows in the other person. However, a soul twin, again, you will share the same element. You will all be water element. You will all be very emotional, have deep emotions. However, still in a different way, because Pisces energy is different from Cancer energy, and again, different from Scorpio energy. Like Pisces, very emotional, but they're like a sponge. They can feel everybody's emotion. Whereas Cancer, I always imagine it like a circle. They have their group of people they're very emotional about. Could be their family, it could be their close friends. I'm not saying Pisces are not very emotional when it comes to their friends or Scorpio people. It is just yeah, Pisces still attracts more energies from strangers and from everybody, whereas Scorpio energy is very personal. I always see it like a down line, one line going down, because they are the deepest emotional sign. However, on a very personal level, not so much about strangers, but my own emotions and those people that are very, 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 very close to me, whereas Cancer would be a broader circle. So, and also they do have some different interests, again, a Cancer is not like a Pisces, is not like a Scorpio. They're ruled by different energies. Moon rules Cancer, whereas Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and Jupiter and Neptune rule Pisces, and they're different energies in itself. Still, there is so much likeness that you will grow, you will complement each other in a very, very peaceful, harmonious way, most likely, unless you have other stuff in your charts that will prevent that. So again, a good match for Cancer will be the other water signs. Another good match for Cancer, and we see it here, we got water, and then here sameness again would be earth, because they are both the feminine signs. The feminine signs are the triangle going down, representing the female crotch, and the masculine sign pointing up like a phallus. It's a phallic symbol. So water and earth is similar yet different, as you can see, as in they're both feminine signs. And the counterpart for Cancer in that kind would be Capricorn. Why? Because Cancer is ruling the 4th house at the bottom of your birth chart, and Capricorn is ruling the 10th at the very top, so they're opposites. And you would find many oppositions in split twin flame relationships. However, they need sameness as well, because if you're just completely opposite, and Cancer and Capricorn are complete opposite. Okay, Cancer is ruled by the moon, the emotional planet, or technically the moon is not a planet, but in astrology we see it as a planet, whereas Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, which is the heaviest, densest, slowest, coldest planet, you could say. So they're polar opposite. However, they do belong together because, again, they are polar opposites. It's like black and white. Black and white belongs together more than black and some light gray, or white and some very dark gray. It's black and white, and black and white can absolutely complement each other. However, you will need some outside force that is similar. By outside force, I mean, if you, for example, have the sun, one person has sun in Cancer, the other person has the sun in Capricorn, they would have an outside force, would be the moon, for example, in the same sign, or they would have the sun in what I just said, but they would both have the sun in the same house. That could be, that they have some sameness, because otherwise they're just polar opposites and they don't get each other at all. And if you're interested, I recorded a video about same, opposing, and contemplary energy, where I was talking, I'm a Virgo, about meeting a Pisces guy, and I don't understand Pisces energy because it's my polar opposite, and I don't have any Pisces, he didn't have any Virgo, so we didn't really get each other at all. We didn't have anything in common, except for one thing that was not a very big thing. So if you're just polar opposites, again, you might be too different to ever understand the other person. But if you have something in common as well, then you can get the other person. And split twin flames, again, just because you're Cancer, you attract a Capricorn, that does not mean automatically that you're twin flames, because about 1/12 of the popularity would be Capricorn. So you have a lot of things in your chart that would hint at that. Okay, but that would be one thing. And split twin flames share one oversoul, and that oversoul can be either feminine or masculine, like here. However, then they were split in one, because every soul always has everything in it, and one step more into the masculine energy and one more into the feminine energy. And they understand things very different. They act very different. Nevertheless, when you meet your twin flame, your split twin flame, you will feel like they are like you, because you share an oversoul. You were one soul once, and then it's split into two perfect souls, not half souls. I always use the example of biological twins. It was one fertilized egg, and then that's mass of cells split into two embryos, and they own their own individual. They're not half humans. They belong together, yes, but they don't die if they're separated, or they can have different friends, different hobbies, different jobs, and still be twins, you know. So there's not half people. There's people that have a special bond, but they own each their own individual, you know. And that is like a split twin as well. You're both your own individual, however you have a special bond. And since you were one and then you split, means that one part got more this energy and the other one got the opposite energy, right? And still you have to learn to balance that, and you can balance that. And you must remember your split twin would be your perfect counterpart, you know, because the perfect fit, because again, you were one soul once before it split. So it has to be a perfect fit, because it is part of each other in some way on a higher dimension still. And but it is to overcome those differences. That is what this journey is about, to being triggered because one person acts by trying to run, the other person acts by chasing, you know. And that is what needs to be overcome in order to get to that union. And you can get to that union, absolutely. Another counterpart for Cancer, and that is something we would find in the monadic twin flames, would be Leo. And Cancer and Leo are a bit special because all of the other signs or planets, they rule two signs. You know, like Venus is ruling Libra and Taurus, Mars is ruling Aries and Scorpio. However, there's only one sun sign and only one moon sign. Cancer, you're the moon sign, and so your perfect match would be the sun sign, because again, the other planets have, for example, Mercury has the feminine and the masculine side. Virgo is the feminine aspect of Mercury, and Gemini the masculine aspect of Mercury. However, the moon is strictly feminine, and Leo is strictly masculine. It's the sun. So Cancer and Leo are counterparts. In monadic twin flames, you would find this connection right a lot, that either they share the same ruler, or again, you are special, you are different. For you, it's the sun and the moon. And you see here, they don't have the line, and yet we've got the masculine and the feminine energy. So those are counterparts. Why? Because they share this special bond, you know. So if you ever heard like, yeah, Cancer and Leo are not a match, that is not true. They are actually a perfect counterpart, a very, very good match. And so when we talk again about Cancer, good matches would be another Cancer, could be. Then we got the other water signs, Pisces and Scorpio. We've got in split twin flame the opposite signs, which would be Capricorn for you guys. But again, however, Capricorn, you will have to make it work. Either it's not a good fit at all. If you don't have anything in common, it's not good at all, or it's perfect. Okay, it's like a black or white situation. It's either not good at all or very good. However, again, we have to look at your entire chart. Okay, we're just talking about the energies right now, and we have to see how it applies to you. And I can do that for you. I specialized on that, so you can contact me. And again, another perfect fit would be Leo for Cancer. Okay, well, if this resonated, please leave your comments, like and subscribe. Check out my other content. I do have a very in-depth reading about divine counterpart connections. It's like 2.5 hours long, where I explain the energies in depth. Right now we were just rushing through it, and I hope this will help you, and I wish you all the best. Okay, bye-bye.